So here it is. This is how I've kept track of all my gym workouts this year. Just this little diary. There's still programs in it. Look at that. When I didn't know, what is this new exercise that I'm performing today? Pictures. Programs in the back. Oh goodness. Look. Every single workout. Tracked. So I can keep track of weight lifted, sets, reps. So I can keep track of how I've progressed. Let's have a look at some of the highlights. So pretty much all of January is empty because I was actually away in Africa for pretty much all of January. So no workouts there. I guess the first big event, March 1st, first day of NCF. That's Nick Cheadle Fitness. That's my very first day of programming with him. I started nutrition coaching with him in November 2015, but this is the first day that... This is my first day of proper programmed lifting, guys. There you go. Only in March of this year I kind of started for reals. And then leg day DOMs are so real. Nice work, Emma. And then here, now we're in May 8th. This is my first ever powerlifting competition, novice powerlifting. So I hit 95 kilo squat, I hit 60 kilo bench and 132.5 kilo deadlift. And I was pretty happy about that, and that was my body weight at the time. But then, only a few days later, Friday, 13th of May, footy game, ACL. That's anterior cruciate ligament. That's when I thought that well, at the time on this day, I thought that I'd re-ruptured my knee ligament for the third time. In reality, I just re-aggravated the cartilage damage that I had, and it's from this day, I pretty much have barely trained legs for the rest of the year. I've only gotten back into it the last kind of 6-8 weeks or so, one session a week, but from this point onwards, for pretty much 6 months, I didn't train my lower body just because of that knee, and safe to say that my days of footy are well and truly over. Honestly, from then on, August, September, October, November, it's pretty much 4 upper body lifting sessions a week. It doesn't get a whole heap more interesting. Slowly, I start to add more and more cardio, RPM, 500 cals, in the form of a spin class, because by this point I'm now in the calorie deficit. But unfortunately there were no kind of big numbers pulled or anything like that from that knee injury onwards, just, yeah, because of the knee and because of the calorie deficit. So, yeah, lifting all upper body is not that interesting for you guys. Oh, this is when I was away in America. Nothing entered in there. And now we're at the end. Time to reflect on 2016 and start thinking about this one right here. Hi friends, it is Saturday the 31st of December, last day of the year. I am pre-party. This is my pre-party get-up, just nothing going on. Really just trying to chill out and relax because tonight's gonna be interesting. It is themed. I'm going to a party which is 2016 themed, which really is kind of fucking depressing. A couple weeks ago I watched like a news recap of 2016 and I was like, oh, this will be great, I can get ideas for this party. And I started crying probably 3 or 4 times in half an hour because so many horrible things happened this year. Anyway, so I had to come with something a little bit upbeat. I wanted to put minimal effort into my costume and just work with what I already had. I'm going to show you guys. So yeah, I'm going to go as Pikachu just because Pokemon Go. It's going to be a little bit risque. There's going to be some daylight in here. But it's like 31 degrees Celsius outside today, so I really don't want to be wearing that many clothes anyway, so we'll see. Perhaps I'll insert a picture for later. So today, my coach Chrissy Dask has sent through like a huge list of things that we're supposed to reflect about in terms of 2016. And I had my Instagram account at the start of this year, and I posted some goals that I wanted to achieve in 2016. So I'm going to go over some of those and see if I achieve them. So my first one was eat at a surplus for the first time ever, gain all the muscle, lift all the things, beat all the inner demons. I can safely say that I did that. January this year, I knew that I had to increase my calories. I knew that I had to do a bulk and that would be good for me. But bloody hell, I was scared. I was just still coming off 2 years of a restrictive diet. But I did it. I did a really conservative bulk from January through to June. And it did the world for me. It basically, eating more food and fueling my body properly healed my mind and gave me so much more self-confidence. Second goal was eat at a safe and sustainable deficit for the first time ever. I disagree with my wording now. Sustainable deficit. Calorie deficits aren't sustainable. They're not. You can't keep going. Sustainable implies that you can kind of keep going at this for a long time, but that's not really the way that a calorie deficit goes. A calorie deficit should have a specific kind of time frame or specific limits into how low can you go, or how low you're willing to let your calories drop, or how high you're willing to let your cardio get to. But the point is, the longer that you go on with your deficit, the more and more unsustainable it gets, I guess. So I wouldn't say that my deficit is sustainable. It's going to go on for another month or so and then I'm done. But eat a safe and sustainable deficit for the first time ever. I've done it properly this time. I've dieted properly this time. I started at really, really reasonable calories, and it's slowly worked down as I've plateaued, but I know how to fuel my body properly now. I understand how my body works. I understand how to listen to my hunger signals, and I know how to eat and nourish my body so that I can feel full, and how to fuel myself properly for my workouts. So I would say tick, big tick for that one. And then we have 90 kilo squat, 140 kilo deadlift, 10 chin-ups from dead hang. That's like chin-ups like this. And dead hang is like all the way kind of extended, for those that don't know. 5 wide grip pull-ups. That's like this, instead of like this. Handstand push-ups. Okay, so 90 kilo squat, you guys saw from just before, I did get that. 140 kilo deadlift, I didn't get there. I would have gotten there had I not got injured. The 140 was on the horizon, didn't quite get there. 10 chin-ups from dead hang. So I had a PT session in April, and he goes, yeah, you've been doing chin-ups and pull-ups wrong this whole time. My form was like completely out. I would really hunch my shoulders up and do it like this, but that's not at all. It's meant to be a back exercise. You got to keep your shoulders back and down, and I've learned that now. And so I had to like completely retrain myself from April, and I really discovered kind of how weak my back was. And I mean, April, and I only bulked conservatively for another 2 months before I then entered my deficit. So I didn't really have a lot of chance to gain a lot of strength and gain a lot of muscle in my back. So I didn't get the chin-ups, I didn't get the pull-ups. But I've found that I am getting better at them, especially having lost weight. I thought, oh God, I'm just so weak. But then I started losing weight and I was like, oh, actually these are getting easier now just because I had less weight I had to lift. Handstand push-ups, yeah, I dedicated some time to handstands for a good while, but I didn't quite kind of get there in the end. In reality, I probably didn't dedicate enough time. So that's those goals. But in terms of 2016, for me, I really wanted for the first time to kind of focus on myself. I'd had 4 years of uni, the first 3 years of which were just nuts. It was like parties every week, and then assignments, and then studying and exams, and then, oh, it's holidays, let's go somewhere. And it was just crazy. And I had an awesome social life at uni. And then my last year of uni, which was 2015, I wrote a thesis. And so I was pretty hermity. I didn't have a great balance between study and work life and that kind of thing. So this year I started my graduate job, started my 9 to 5, and I was like, okay, this year I have no excuse. I'm going to focus on me and improving myself and improving my mindset, which was really important coming from the place that I'd been, and getting these fitness goals that I want to achieve. And I think I did really well at that. I really did kind of make 2016 the year of me in a way, and I'm glad that I did that. But I would say that it did come at a bit of a cost. I found that I didn't dedicate as much time as I would have liked to other people and to friends and to family. And I found that I was really strict on myself in terms of my attitude towards fitness and my eating and that kind of thing. I still do flexible dieting, I still do macros, but I wasn't very kind of spontaneous, I guess. If it was, I don't know, a Friday night and I was kind of settling in for the night and then friends were like, oh, we're going out or whatever, and I don't know, I'd already eaten or I'd already planned my food or I'd already planned a workout for Saturday morning, I'd just say no because I'd be like so rigid within my plan that I couldn't be flexible. And so, although yeah, I ate like a wide variety of foods and I didn't have a restrictive mindset, I was still kind of really strict on myself in terms of my macros, and I lost a lot of spontaneity from my life, which I think is important. And I felt like some of my relationships with my friends did probably suffer a little bit. And I regret that. I regret that a lot. And I think I definitely needed the time to kind of focus on myself, but I think that I probably took it too far. And so something that I want to do for 2017 is be more flexible, I guess, be more spontaneous. If I'm out to dinner with friends and I've got my dinner tracked and like ready to go and all sorted, if my friends say, oh, let's go get ice cream, I mean, this year I would have been like, oh no, I won't have any ice cream, because even if I was on decent calories, I'd be like, no, I've planned my food, I must stick to the plan. Whereas next year I want to be like, yeah, hell yeah, let's get some ice cream. I want to have more of a flexible approach. So that's my kind of goal for 2017, is to kind of get out of this rigid mindset. And honestly, I don't think I know how to intuitively eat anymore. That's a pretty big confession. Because I was so strict this year in terms of my macros, and I know that if I hit my macros, I feel great. I feel energized, my body just works. But I have kind of lost the intuitive eating side of things. I really rely quite heavily on macros, and I definitely need to get away from that, I think. In 2017, I'm planning on going on a pretty long holiday, fingers crossed, for something like 2 months. And I'm not going to be able to track my macros during that time. I need to know how to relearn how to eat intuitively again. And while I'm overseas, be able to try new cuisines and new cultures and new foods and enjoy those foods, but then also still have a balance, like, so I'm not binging. And I do worry that with me being so strict and rigid this year, that put me in a situation where I can't be as strict and as rigid, and I'm just going to kind of binge and lose control. So that's really something that I need to work on for 2017, relearning how to eat intuitively, that's for sure. I have other goals for 2017. I won't share all of them with you. I think in terms of I'm going to be spending most of 2017 bulking. I'd like to gain muscle. I've spent far too long cutting. It'll be 7 months of a deficit by the time that I'm done in a month. So I need to spend a good amount of time building some muscle again. Hopefully my knee's going to be okay so I can do lower body work, lots of lower body work. In terms of strength goals, I'm going to go for, need to get a 100 kilo squat. That needs to happen. 140 kilo deadlift. I know that was my goal for this year, but I didn't get there. So 140 kilo deadlift it is, and body weight bench press. Just whatever body weight I am at the time, whatever point I'm at, I just want to be able to say that I can bench my body weight. Please. But yeah, in terms of 2016, I know I put a little bit of a negative spin on it in terms of being how how strict and rigid I was, but I am really proud of myself. I mean, I started off the year really scared about entering a calorie surplus, but I did it. I learned how to love myself and love my body and love the skin that I'm in, despite being at my highest body fat percentage ever. And I learned how to fuel my body and my mind and how that kind of all works together. And I needed to go through that process, and I'm so glad that I did. So I made huge steps in terms of self-confidence and working on myself in 2016. And so 2017, I just want to keep doing that. I just want to keep working on myself, keep being better, but also be more flexible, be more relaxed, be more spontaneous, make more connections, and make the connections that I already have even stronger. So that's my little wrap up of 2016. And 2017 to come. I've got some videos planned for January. I'm going to be doing a video, really comprehensive one, a review of my protein. Over $200 worth of supplements I've received over the last few months, and I am combining every single product that I have tasted into one massive review just to help you guys and help you guys with your resolutions and what supplements do I need or don't I need, etc., and which ones I recommend. I'm also going to be doing what my supplements are, which supplements I take, which ones I recommend, should you use supplements, and why do I use supplements, etc. There's going to be a video on that. And I am also going to do a video, another one of my The Realities of Dieting series, my second video. I'm going to be talking about weight loss plateaus, and if you guys have hit a weight loss plateau, why that has happened. It's good to understand why the plateau has happened and then how you can get over it. So there's 3 videos that are coming at you for January. If that sounds like it interests you, please subscribe. If you found this interesting anyway, thumbs up and all that. But otherwise, I hope you guys have lovely New Year's celebrations. I don't even know when this video is going to come out. But you probably have already been drunk and maybe you're watching it hungover, who knows. But have a lovely New Year, Happy New Year, set some goals and really set yourself up for the year. All right, I'm done. Too much talking. Chat to you guys later. Have a really safe and happy holiday season.